Hey everyone, this is Josh Galvin with Tizish.com. On this video tutorial, I wanted to show you how to manually share and properly share postings and articles that you get from other sources on your website, and basically how to share it so that you get Google credit and it doesn't hurt you with duplicate content issues, and then basically how to share it to be in quote-unquote legal order in terms of linking back and giving credit when you're sharing content from someone else. So here I have an example blog post. So here's the whole thing that you want to do. There's 3 things that you want to do with your blog postings when you're sharing someone else's content, and here's exactly what they are. The first and foremost thing you want to do is always put your keywords in your title. So if this was the keyword here, well then what I'd want to do is add whatever your keywords are. So your city name, obviously replace the name city name with your respective city name, and then the word real estate. You either put it at the end or you could put it at the beginning. Get rid of this hyphen then here. And you could put a hyphen, you could put it without a hyphen, or the other method is of course to just put it somewhere inside the name. So let's pretend if this was the title, so it'd be that in city name, and then basically home up for sale. So at least just using the city name and the word home instead of the city name real estate. So the point is, number 1, put your keyword, your main target keyword with the name your city name with the word real estate or the word homes somewhere in your title. That's the key thing, first and foremost. All right. Now the next thing you need to do is make your text that is shared from someone else known that it's shared, and you do this by doing what's called a block quote. So here's all this content. All this content has been from another source that you're sharing on your site. So what you want to do is the following. You're going to highlight your content, and then you see this button here that looks like a quote. You're going to click that quote button, and you notice how it changes it. That's on purpose, and after you do that, just get back out, and then now you're all done. So what you did now is the second thing, which is a block quote. All right, and your block quote, which is this button here that we just did, does the following. Let's look at the page here. You see how it puts it with this little line here. Your design may have quotation marks in the background as part of the image, but the whole point is when you see the next section, it makes your text here look different, and that's intentional. The reason is you're telling Google that this text here within this style that looks different is quoted from someone else. All right, so that's the second thing you have to be doing. Now the third thing you have to do is link to the original source. So within this post, if you just hit enter and then put something like original, put article, full article here, whatever you want, any kind of text. You put some kind of text like that, and then you highlight it, and then click on the link button here, and enter the link. Enter the link of whatever the original source is. All right, so let's just say this, I'll just call this example.com, and we just insert this. So now what we have here, when we preview the page, what we're going to see is we're going to have let's just assume that you remember the first part and did your keywords in your title. Let's just assume that you have your text that you copied in that block quote style, and then you have a link to the original source of the article. All right. Now there's one last item you need to do, and that's add your own commentary. All right, and here's what that means. So after this article, you want to get out. All right, and notice though, you see how right here it says path block quote still. Well, then basically you're still in the block quote, so you need to get out of this path. So basically, if you do the following, and you see that this little path, if I'm hitting enter, and let's just say you enter text, so here's the point, actually. Let me take a step back. What you want to do after you did your block quote is enter your real text. So here is my real commentary to this article. All right, and the whole point is you're just going to do, add several words to the real article. Add some commentary to it. Add some real content that's your content. So let's say if this was your real content, meaning you added a description just like that. Well, now let's preview this post. And you're going to notice something when we preview it. You may or may not, depending on what happens. You see here how here's my real commentary, but notice this. This is pretty much, those are all the steps, but one problem exists. You see how this exists in the block quote? So what you need to do is go back to your edit post page and hit the HTML button. See right here, hit the HTML button. Scroll down to your content. So you see right here, here's my commentary. You need to put this text after, cut it. I just cut it. All I did is I put cut, and you paste it after that block quote word. You see that word block quote? Just paste it there. So now when we go back, we have it separated, and you're all set. So that's pretty much everything. Do all those with copying content and sharing.